Hey you guys, I got to come up on here and talk to y'all because it's getting very real. I got a kitty all over me. Hopefully there won't be any dog barks in this video or any pandemonium. No more kitty meows. I need to talk to you guys because a lot of y'all just ain't getting the message. And the message I'm talking about is the state of the world right now and why y'all need to get right with God quick. It is absolute mayhem. This terrorist group, ISIS, and that's what they are just running amok, and they are taking over everything. And people don't seem to realize how serious this is. And people don't seem to be able to look around them and see that we are indeed living in the end times. People don't want to believe it. They say, oh, they've been saying that for hundreds of years. Well, yeah, they have, but the difference is that all the prophecies in the Bible are coming true. That's the difference. The difference is that there's certain things that have to happen according to the Bible before Jesus returns. And those things they didn't happen hundreds of years ago when people were saying that Jesus is coming back any second. They hadn't happened yet. And a big one being that Israel had to be given its country back. That didn't happen until, well, it was decreed in 1947. It actually happened in 1948. And the Bible said that when that happens, that all of that generation will not pass away before Jesus returns. In other words, everybody that was alive when this happened in 1948 would not be dead when Jesus comes back. So people that were alive in 1948 are getting pretty old now. So what does that tell you? That means he's got to be coming back soon before all those people take a dirt nap because they're old. And lots of other prophecy in the Bible that people would know if they read the Bible. And I believe a big sign is the rampant, how do I want to say this? The running amok of Islam. And ISIS, these people, they're going around and just killing people. They just showed on the news, I believe it was CBS, of them with, they had like 13, 14 guys lined up, and this one Muslim dude just walks down the line behind each of them's head, right in the back of the head. And those were Muslim people. They kill each other because of the two factions. The Sunnis and the Shiites don't like each other because they don't believe exactly the same thing. So they kill each other. And so that person, and I use the term very loosely because they're more like rabid animals to me. Not animals, because animals don't do things like that. Rabid animals who are completely mad are the only ones that do things like that. Just murders those people in the name of Islam. And I don't want to see any comments on this video, people saying, oh, all religions have been bloodthirsty and killed each other since the beginning of time, blah, blah, blah. Yes, they have, but the big difference is they didn't kill each other in the fashion that these people do. And these people go around raping women and children in the name of Islam. And I don't know of any other religion that has ever gone around raping in the name of their religion. Rape is wrong, period. I don't care what religion you are. And that's a big difference. And usually the wars were a political thing. You know, yes, I know that there was the Spanish Inquisition, and that was Catholics that did that, and they killed a lot of people. But these people, their holy book, the Quran, tells them to kill the infidel. It tells them to kill Jews. It tells them, kill them wherever you may find them. And they go around saying that, no, Islam, peaceful religion. No, it ain't. How you going to call that peaceful when you got like 1,400 people and you got these Muslims? See, I want to call them something else because they're just, I'll be nice though. I'm not supposed to do that, so I won't call them what I want to say. They just walking down the rows, row to row, with AK-47s and just shooting everybody to pieces in the name of their religion. And everywhere they go, they leave their own country because it's a shithole. And they go somewhere else, and instead of appreciating being in a better place, what do they want to do? What do? They turn it, they try to turn it into the same shithole that they left. That does not make sense to me. I can't understand that. But all they want to do is kill anybody that is not a Muslim. If you can't see that, something is wrong with you. You got a serious deficiency going on up here if you can't see that. And spreading, it's spreading like wildfire everywhere. And they just want to kill all the Jews, and they want Jerusalem, and they want all of Israel. They want the entire world. And they come right out and say that our mission is to, our goal is to take over the whole world and make the whole world Muslim. Well, I can tell you right now, that ain't gonna happen. If any Muslims are watching this video, that ain't gonna happen, because I'm American, and you know, back in World War II, the Japanese would not invade the continental United States because their leader at the time said, we cannot invade the United States. There is a gun behind every blade of grass. And that's pretty true, especially down south, because we don't play that. But all they want to do is take over the whole world, and they will do anything to do it. And now Obama, who's Muslim himself, I don't care what he says. He can say whatever he wants. If y'all ain't figured out by now that the way to tell Obama is lying is his lips are moving. If y'all haven't figured that out by now, like I said, you got a serious deficiency going on up here. You need to get help. Okay? He is a Muslim supporter, fully. He's got all these people in his cabinet that are Muslim Brotherhood. People seem to turn a blind eye to this. They seem to not be worried about it. You need to get your face out the TV, number one, and pay attention to what's going on around you. Because obviously, y'all are just like, I don't know if y'all in a coma or in a trance or what the deal is, but you need to open your eyes, because they want to do this to the states too. Don't think that they're happy that they've taken over the UK. Don't think that they're happy that they've taken France. Don't think that they're happy that they've taken over Sweden and have a really good start at taking over the Netherlands too now. Christian women getting raped left and right in Sweden. I don't know if you people don't pay any attention to anything, but you need to. And you got to know by now that you cannot believe anything you see on mainstream media. You ain't going to get the news on mainstream media. You got to get it somewhere else, because all they do is lie to you. They show you what they want you to see, and they leave everything else. And all this fighting in the Middle East, they'll say, oh, Hamas killed so-and-so Jewish people, however many. They killed them. But if the Jewish people fight back, I mean, there's been over 500 rockets come into Israel. But if they fight back, they're the bad guy. Oh, you kill women and children. Well, it's not Israel's fault that the Palestinians purposely put their military installations right in the middle of areas that have schools and residential areas. What are they supposed to do? Oh, we can't fight back because, we're afraid we'll hit somebody innocent. And the Palestinians don't care who they hit. So when they kill a Jew, it's like, oh yeah, such and such Jew got killed. But if an Israeli kills somebody, they say, oh, yeah, Israel murdered these Palestinians. They didn't kill them, they murdered them. So it's a totally different story depending on who's doing the killing. Israel is always vilified and made the bad guy, while the Muslims are poor Muslims. Well, everybody gives them land, everybody gives them everything, and it ain't never enough. They want the whole world that comes out of their whole mouths. And anybody that sticks up for them is just an idiot. I mean, if you love them so much, why don't you go live there? Because the rest of us don't want them here. We don't want them here. Excuse me, I'm Christian, and they ain't going to make me convert to their so-called religion. Ain't going to happen. I don't care what they threaten me with. It ain't going to happen. But they can just go around murder, and everybody just seems to turn a blind eye. Y'all need to wake up and smell what they're shoveling, because you seem to think that you're safe in America, but you ain't. There's a lot of them here already, and let me tell you, with the pretend president, and I'm gonna call him what he is, because he has no right to hold that office. He is not a natural born citizen. Sorry. If you still support him again, you are defective somewhere up in here, and you need to get that checked out. He is letting these illegals, he's not just letting these illegals flood in our borders, he is orchestrating it. And along with these disease-filled people, and I am not a racist. I don't care what country it is. If you want to come here legally, or stay the hell out. Okay? You don't see me trying to take my little bit over to Belgium or somewhere and claim I have a right to go there without following the proper legal procedures of that country. And you don't also see me going and trying to move like to Switzerland and expecting them to change their culture and their language and their road signs and their religion for me, because I don't like theirs. Well, if I don't like theirs, why the hell would I want to go move there? Okay, if you don't like it, stay where you came from. Fix up your own crappy country and leave ours alone. We work to make our country what it is. Nobody handed it to us that way. So if you don't like the way your country is, then fix it yourself and leave ours alone. I don't think they should be allowed to migrate here, period. Because they claim Islam is the religion of peace. But it's a big fat lie. It's a big fat lie. And I'm sorry, how many times do they have to show it to you people before you believe it? How many times do you have to see video of them murdering people before you get it through your thick head that this is not a religion of peace? And people that stick up for them make me want to spew chunks. They also make me want to hit them upside the head with a brick. Unfortunately, I can't legally go around doing that, but I'd like to. You guys need to get right with God and pray for Him to give you eyes to see if you don't see it. Pray for Him to give you eyes to see so that you can see the writing on the wall. Because believe me, it is as plain as the nose on your face. Some of you have more prominent noses than others, but that's beside the point. You can still see it, even if it's small. You people need to get right. You need to give your life to God. You need to get to know Jesus real quick, because you ain't got time. You ain't got time to be playing. You ain't got time to be playing, because these people are coming over the border with the Mexicans and the South Americans. Oh yes, they are. People have already been warned about this. They're taking advantage of their skin color, and they're learning to speak enough Spanish so that they can come over the border with the South American and Mexican people and blend in with them. And you can't say it's not happening, because, you know, they're finding Muslim prayer rugs out there near the freaking fence. So, and don't tell me that those belong to a Mexican, because they don't. Mexicans are Catholic or Christian. They ain't Muslim. And this Muslim prayer rug didn't just somehow appear out there in the desert. So they are joining these people that are coming across these borders. There's already been a report about a border agent contracting pneumonia that he got from an illegal coming across the border. They're coming across the border with just, you know, covered in lice. They're coming across with scabies. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's caused from not keeping yourself clean. And it's not nice. It's just not. If you want to know what it is, Google it, but it's not nice. And bringing these diseases across our border, they're just flooding our country, and they're letting them get driver's license. They're giving them free everything. Supposedly, there's children coming from Guatemala through Mexico into our country alone. Well, I don't think so, because from Guatemala to the border between Mexico and Texas is 1,200 miles. I don't think toddlers are making this trip by themselves, but yet all these toddlers are coming across the border from South America. So figure that one out for yourself. And I think it's already too late. It's already too late, because Obama promised change, and buddy, he's certainly given it to us. But he's not giving it to us in the way that people thought he was gonna. And all he ever does is lie, and all he does is commit treason. Anything he wants passed gets passed, no matter who likes it. He just goes right around Congress. He doesn't care. He just totally acts like Congress just ain't even there and does what he wants. You people need to find Jesus real quick. Find out what it takes to get into heaven, because there's just no time left. There is none. And there ain't nothing we can do about all of this crap. It's gone too far. People have stayed asleep way too long. There's nothing that we can do about it. And all the voter fraud, and that's how he stayed in office. That's how he got in the first place. When you've got people voting multiple times, and you've got multiple instances of dead people voting, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Are you really dumb enough to think that the so-called election was on the up and up? Really? Please. No. Please, people, get real. Get real. You need to find Jesus real quick, because we can't handle what's coming at us. We can't do anything about it. Obama is getting rid of all these high-ranking military officials, and the reason he's doing it is because he's found out that these are people that would not follow orders to fire on American citizens. And he's also he wants to let people coming across the border illegally join the military, because he knows that they would not hesitate to fire on Americans because they don't give a rat's about us. They just want to swarm into our country like locusts, use up all of our resources that they can, and live for free off of our government. And it's done to crash the economy. They want the dollar to crash. That also should be blatantly obvious to you by now. If it's not, please educate yourself. Take your head out of the proverbial hole in the sand and look at what's going on around you. Y'all need to get right with God, because if you don't, you know which creek you're going to be up without a paddle. And it ain't one that you want to be up. The only hope that we have now is in Jesus. The judgment is starting to be poured out on America. And it is because we have allowed them to take God out of everything in our country. And the homosexual agenda being promoted the way it is, shoved down our throats, smeared in our face every day. I mean, you know, if you're gay, leave me alone, whatever. That's your problem. Okay, that's between you and God. But I don't want it shoved down my throat every day, because I don't agree with it. And I don't think it's okay, because the Bible says it ain't. And I believe what the Bible says, not what Obama says with his Muslim self. I don't care what any human being says about it. I only care what God says about it. And God says it's an abomination. It's written there in plain English for anybody to read. If you claim to be a Christian, then don't claim that homosexuality is okay, because the Bible says it ain't. And if you think it is, then you are not a Christian. Oh, Fox, why you got to do that? Why you got to go there? Why did you have to go there? Why did you have to start talking about homosexuals? Live and let live. They're not hurting us, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Because this homosexual agenda being shoved down our throats is also shoved down the throats of our children. and they are being taught in school, it's shoved down their throat that they have to accept it, that they have to think it's okay. Because if they don't, they're not politically correct. They're not socially acceptable, because they won't say it's okay. If you don't say it's okay, then you're an awful, horrible person. But I'm not going to lie and say that I believe it's okay when I don't. I'm not going to go along with everybody else and say that it's okay when I know that it's not. I do not have to go along with the crowd. I've never been one to go along with the crowd. I've never been one to conform, and I don't see any reason I should start now. If you're gay and you don't like me because I say this, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to accept something that God tells me is an abomination and go to hell just so that you'll like me. Okay? I ain't fixing to go to hell for nobody. No. I try too hard to live for God to go to hell just so somebody else won't hate me, or just because I feel a need for everybody to like me and to be accepted. No, I don't. I don't feel a need for everybody to like me. I don't cry if everybody doesn't love me. I just don't, and I'm not gonna. They're teaching our kids in school where people have no control over what they teach them. If you have your children in public school, you have no control over what they're taught. Your best bet would be, if you can possibly manage it at all, homeschool your children. Otherwise, they are going to be taught such bad things, such wrong things. They're teaching them it now. They are wanting to teach sex education to 5-year-olds. Teaching 5-year-olds how to have sex, how to masturbate. Ain't no 5-year-old need to be masturbating. What is wrong with you people? Don't you see this going on and it doesn't bother you? It doesn't bother you? Oh, there you go. You had to start talking about sex. Why you had to do that? I ain't talking just about sex, okay? I'm talking about immorality. I'm talking about, 5-year-olds don't even know what sex is. They certainly don't need to be taught how to do it. They got no business knowing how to do it. You turn them into degenerates by teaching them things like that at 5 years old. It's bad enough when they hit puberty that's all that they think about. You don't need to be trying to rush it by teaching them how to have sex at 5 years old. It's ridiculous, people. The things you are accepting are ridiculous. And it's all because you're afraid somebody won't like you if you don't accept it, if you don't say that it's okay and say that it doesn't bother you. You got to speak up.